and welcome to the eFresh.com news. My name is Kim and these are today's headlines. South Korea, 5th largest U.S. beef importer. Flowers hit by heavy snow. Planting Robusta coffee seen as an income increase in Sao Paulo. New apple cultivar bred in New Zealand. Malaysian fisherman dies after eating pufferfish. South Korea imported a total of 57,267 metric tons of beef and other meat products during the 6-month period starting last July, the U.S. Meat Export Federation said. This makes Korea the 5th largest U.S. beef importer. Last July, Korea resumed U.S. beef imports after months of candlelit vigils, with Mexico topping the list with 396,095 tons. Only Canada, Egypt, and Japan were ahead of Korea in U.S. beef imports. Korea's resumption of U.S. beef imports are adding to U.S. ranchers' pockets to the tune of $25 to $30 per head, as Korea is importing Asian cuts including short ribs, chuck rolls, femur bones, and intestines, which are unwanted by U.S. consumers, the U.S. Beef Exporters Lobby Group says. Even though big retail chains have not yet begun promoting U.S. beef due to public concerns of safety and potential consumer boycotts, the group says that it hopes to resume the promotions as consumer concerns subside and retailers recognize U.S. beef's competitiveness in terms of quality and price. The worst winter weather for decades has caused havoc with early blooming flowers and plants in the UK. A double whammy of extreme cold and heavy snow means 60% of early flowering plants in some areas have failed to bloom. Freezing temperatures have hit more exotic species, while other tender flowers have simply split under the weight of heavy snow. Others will survive but are likely to flower much later than usual. It's not all doom and no blooms, however. Some hardier traditional spring flowers, such as camellias, magnolias, snowdrops, daffodils, and rhododendrons, are doing just fine. The damage was revealed by the National Trust annual spring flower count covering 5,400 acres and 14 gardens, many in the southwest where spring comes earlier because of the milder climate. Gardeners reported damage to more than half of the flowers at Trust Gardens, including some of the most popular, such as Trellissic and Trangwainton in Cornwall, and Killerton, Colton Fishacre, and Nightchase Court in Devon. The cultivation of Robusta coffee is beginning to gain strength in the Brazilian state of Sao Paulo as an option to increase farm income and reduce the cost of logistics and taxes in processing the coffee beans. The aim of the state government is to increase the array of cultivation options for farmers, in addition to helping to develop the economy in some regions. Currently, the production of Robusta is concentrated in Espírito Santo and Rondônia states, which offer the best climatic profiles and conditions for cultivation. However, the cost from freights and the 12% ICMS excise tax on merchandise and services circulation rise the price of the beans and squeeze the processing companies, which are concentrated largely in Sao Paulo. Paulista farmers can view cultivation of the strain as an income option in a market that consumes all the national output. With the promise of good liquidity, it is also hoped that Robusta will show the advance of sugarcane, which occupies large areas. A new red bicolor apple has been bred from two of New Zealand's most famous cultivars, Royal Gala and Braeburn, and will be on supermarket shelves in 2 years. Known only as Prem A193 at this stage, it was bred at Hort Research, now part of the Plant and Food Research State Science Company. Rights to the apple in the domestic market and for exports have been sold to a consortium made up of Fresh New Zealand Limited, Heartland Group Limited, Johnny Appleseed Holdings Limited, and the Pygmy Fruit Company Limited. Company chairman Rex Graham said the new cultivar had significant commercial potential because it has a mild sweet flavor profile, is refreshing and juicy, and has an excellent crunchy texture. The cultivar has been licensed through Prevar, a marketing company jointly owned with Australian and American orchidists. Prevar Chief Executive Dr. Brett Ennis said the apple was already under trial on orchids around the world and had received positive feedbacks from evaluators, consumers, and fruit marketers who had previewed the apple. A Malaysian fisherman died and 4 others were hospitalized after they consumed a meal of pufferfish when they ran out of food while at sea. The 43-year-old Nordin Sulong and 4 friends had decided to cook the pufferfish when they ran out of food supply after being out at sea for several days. All 5 fishermen began to feel dizzy and numb from the toxins in the pufferfish, but managed to steer their vessel back to the jetty in the northeastern state of Terengganu. All 5 were rushed to the hospital where Norden was pronounced dead and another fisherman, Kali Juso, was said to be in critical condition. Last year, hundreds of people were reported to have suffered from food poisoning after consuming pufferfish, officials said. The pufferfish contains tetrodotoxin, a lethal poison, and if not cut or prepared correctly, it is dangerous to eat. The toxin causes numbness in the mouth and attacks the nervous system, causing respiratory problems, leading to death in some cases. Thank you for watching the eFresh.com news. See you next time.